This year, we've developed 12 keys that we want to share with you to help you to create a thriving marriage. Our theme this year is Thrive, and we want to see marriages grow and become the best that they can be. We're going to share with you testimonies of people who've put these keys in place and seen exceptional change in their lives. Tonight, I want to share with you a testimony from Scott and Nikki on how commitment changed their marriage.
At the beginning of our marriage, we both were very selfish. Our focus was on our child and then ourselves, not so much each other and our marriage and growing it and building it. And then one day came a time where we just were both really tired, and it was either we're going to go through this marriage or we're not going to go through this marriage.
I know when we first met, I was a very selfish individual, and I suppose it was 6 or 7 years into our marriage before I realized how selfish I was and how uncommitted I was.
And it just basically came a point where our youngest son was just crying and saying that he didn't want mommy and daddy not to be together. And at that point, we were actually separated at the time. And at that point, we both realized what was the most important thing, and that was our marriage and our commitment to each other and to our family.
Up until that moment, I had always did what I wanted to do, regardless of what she felt. And this was, good 6 and 7 years into our marriage, I was still behaving the same way. So we went through a separation, and it really affected me not being around my family and my children at the time. And it was just something that was overwhelming to me, that I knew things had to change, and I knew that I wasn't what I was supposed to be or who I was supposed to be.
Once you've made that step and decided to commit, that you always need to be around other people that share the same commitment that you do, as far as with following Christ, being family oriented. I think one of the biggest things that helped us when we decided to commit to our marriage was getting involved in a small group. It really helped us with being around other married couples that were going through the same thing that we'd been through or had already been through the things that we were going through, to hear their advice and to help encourage us.
You personally need to commit to God. And if you can do that and just digest the word and fellowship, honestly, for me, that I didn't even have to try to be a better husband. I didn't have to try to be a better father. I didn't have to try to do all these things I knew I wanted to be. It just started happening, and it's still happening today.